So, welcome to this review of Doctor Who. Praxeus, what I believe this is called.
Yeah.
Do you know why I'm really, really pleased? Because I thought this was a really good episode that was a good episode on its own merits.
The episode, meh.
Oh, I thought it was quite good. I know. I quite enjoyed it.
No,
That's her line, and I stole it. Ha! You were wrong.
It felt like a warmed over episode of last season, and last season was rubbish. So not great, I'll be honest. It didn't really work for me. It wasn't. There were bad things about it, but I didn't care enough to be bothered about it.
once again, I did enjoy it. There were a few things that were kind of a bit odd, but on the whole, really enjoyed this week's.
It was a Doctor Who episode that just had a beginning, middle and an end. It had like a classic sci-fi moment. It had, random characters, different locations. It felt like Doctor Who, like actual Doctor Who, and I was like watching Jodie in it the whole time going, yes, we're getting there, this is it!
I think maybe for an hour-long episode, there was maybe a bit too much characters. Like when they were introducing all those characters, at the back of my mind, I thought, oh no, this probably would be better if it was a multi-part story.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about how I felt about them probably, because again, some of them were there for too short a time. It was kind of like they were there and then they caught the disease and then that was them. The astronaut I quite liked because it kind of gave the relationship between him and the other person, and that was quite good.
And I'll be honest, I think they lost me when I realised they would expect me to root for a police officer with impulse control problems. You're like, you know what? No. Oh, you're taking a wee break from the police force. Why is that? It's like, you never said it, but it's clearly you assaulted someone. You clearly assaulted a potential criminal who turned out not to be a criminal, who turned out to be a good enough lawyer to take you to court over their hospitalisation. And at that point you're like, you know what? No, I'm not really, no, sorry pal, not interested.
The choice to save the astronaut at the end seems to be kind of causing a few people a bit of a thing. Pointing out the parallels with Adric. We didn't save Adric when Adric was barreling into the Earth with his spaceship, with the Cybermen. It's maybe because the astronaut was less annoying. Who knows? In some ways it was a bit kind of like happy ending. And I don't know whether it was maybe part of the thing like, oh, we keep killing gay characters, let's not kill gay characters for a change.
Not as good as last week's episode. Not too many surprises. Firstly, when I saw, after like 30 seconds, plastic everywhere.
Well, I liked it because I think it touched on some matters that happen in real life.
Yeah, but
I liked
when
it.
once I saw that, I thought, here we go.
It was a very psychological episode in my opinion, because it talks about the fear of pollution in the oceans. I think that was really good.
The idea of the plastic and the microplastics in all of us has made me think, God, my goodness, am I eating microbeads all the time? That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Because we've all got microplastics in ourselves now. And this grisly thing about this virus that attacks you because you've got microplastic.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a grisly little thing. And yes, there is an environmental...
Doctor Who, actually.
It is. There is that environmental message shoehorned in, but it's a lot more subtle than the one we had 3 episodes ago with Orphan 55.
Doctor Who has always been relevant and topical on the era it's in, and right now we know. I don't care what you say. We are in an era where climate change is a huge deal. The planet is dying. Australia is literally on fire. I mean, I think it's out now, but it was on fire. I think it makes perfect sense why Doctor Who is being more honing in more on that messaging.
It did make perfect sense, but if you look at the third Doctor, it had a lot of political stories.
Yeah.
This one littled with them as well.
I think these episodes that Jodie Whittaker has been doing has more been about the teamwork of the companions and the relationship with the Doctor, and I think that's what's been happening recently. There's not much aliens, there's not much blasting, there's not much Daleks. Maybe that's a good change, maybe it's good to change a little bit, because if you get the same thing again and again and again and again, it would just get boring.
Yeah.
I think it was quite good. They did actually kind of get a bit more to do because they were kind of investigating and that sort of thing, so they were kind of helping the Doctor a bit more. I thought I quite liked that.
I like the fact that they went all over the world. Like that's adds a certain international flavour to it. So yeah.
You're around the world in what? In the first 15 minutes. I thought that was quite good. I thought that was grand.
3 continents, 4 continents.
Well, if you've got a TARDIS, you would.
Exactly. Not just in London all the time.
Yeah, you can go to Madagascar for the afternoon and then have your tea, I don't know, in Vancouver, I don't know.
That's what I would do with a TARDIS.
I would do. You know, I would be doing all this. You'd never see me. So
Graham is my favourite companion, I've decided. Graham is my favourite. His little asides, the brainy specs, generally just the little kind of remarks and the just general, thing of him, dadness of him is kind of quite cool, and I do really enjoy that.
Oh, do you know, actually, that's one thing. I just love the fact that Graham just keeps going around the whole thing, just being really nice to people all the time. And it's so nice. He's just like all the time, Gaz and Ryan, they do their thing, and there's good things about them too.
Because he had a line, Tosin Cole had a line reading on the beach, and I can't remember what it was. I wish I'd gone back in it, but it was so bad, so wooden. I expected to see him holding the script, and it was just like, it's not right. And I'm now thinking, I wonder if the guy, he can act or he can do an accent, but he can't do both.
Yes, complaint with last series, spare part. She was a spare part. I also liked how this series, she was coming into her own more.
Yeah.
Suddenly went, give me an hour. I want to go this job. I'm not taking long enough time. Finally?
Yeah.
How long we waited?
Yaz did a thing. Well done. Yaz actually did something. So I'm happy for
How
Yaz.
long we waited?
Like the Doctor, like that she was kind of crushing hard on the scientists. You get deceived by the woman scientist because the woman scientist was talking her language, talking smart.
I think if anything, that was a bit of a weak bit of the episode where it turns out, it was a live test on Earth, and she's kind of evil, but she succumbs anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was a shame in some ways, because I quite liked when I first saw that she was involved. I thought, oh, cool. So they're actually just trying to fix this problem. But actually making it a hostile act where they've deliberately infected the planet, I thought was actually a bit sad for the episode, because.
But then the Doctor tried to turn that round and kind of say, "All right, let's work together." But Suki had kind of already gone and done that thing.
I don't think it needed that layer of thing where it was deliberately done. I think it could have just been a failed attempt to cure the issue.
I thought the minor characters were introduced were decent enough.
I thought they were great.
Yeah, no complaints.
We did forget the man on the beach. We didn't see what happened to him. The birds were flying at him, and then he was never mentioned again.
Kind of cut away.
Yeah.
Could be dead. Could have survived. Who knows?
He might have not had a lot of plastics. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I personally was quite invested. I mean, I really liked the effects they used on the Praxeus virus. I think it's probably like when they get taken over and they explode. That's like some of the most horrifying imagery we've actually ever had in Doctor Who. So that was pretty damn good.
Some of the effects was good, mind you.
And we got a weird Hitchcock reference with the birds. Scary birds.
Hate that.
But I will say,
nightmare. Hate the birds.
As in you hate the birds, the creatures, or you hate the birds, the film?
The film and then flying around me. What nightmare?
There were a few special effects fails, like the crows, someone at the Doctor decided to point out that there was no shadow, there was no shade on them. And I did notice that, but I'm like, oh my goodness. And also, when those people, when they solidified into the scaly things and they blew up, they clearly blew up. And and the actors acted like they were blowing up, like they were taken aback, and yet they said they disintegrated. Disintegrating and blowing up are two completely different things.
The kind of baddie costume was quite good. It was a bit medical Cybermen and a bit Unearthly Child. A good combination of those two. And I thought that was like, and it looked good. It reminded me of some other things. It was like a Smombi from a different thing I'd read once, and it was an effective villain thing. Probably they could have done more with it.
But on the whole, I enjoyed it. Not as much as last week's. I didn't get to say about last week's, but last week's was so good.
I can't say it was my favourite Doctor Who episode, but it was good, solid storytelling, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
If you enjoyed this video, and also if you didn't, please make sure to subscribe to the Glasgow Doctor Who channel and click the bell for notifications.